Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Kara ASMR. I gotta film this video fast because the sun is setting and I am trying to figure out a new way to do my lighting. So, my lighting setup's pretty weird right now. So I have this light over here that's, you know, my giant umbrella. Then I have my window over there, peeking in over here at me in my face. And I have that lamp over there, which I haven't set my other umbrella light up for the sake of this video, just because I didn't want to drag both of them out if I didn't need them both. They're a lot of work to set up and down. So, hi Kara. And that's the microphone I use for these videos, by the way, if you guys were ever curious. So I'm really excited about today's video. I've been wanting to do a video like this for a very long time, but I just haven't. I don't know why. I don't remember why. But I've seen a lot of videos of people ranking books or ranking series, ranking authors, things like that. So I thought I would jump on the bandwagon and start doing it. You know, I read quite a bit of series, so I feel like I could rate these, but I'm also going to be rating authors as well. So it's not just going to be series. You know, authors that I've read all the books of, like John Green, Casey West, authors like that. I'll be ranking the books as well when I finish them all. So we'll get to that. Now, of course, I would originally start this with something less obvious, this type of series, but I could not, you know? I was gonna do The Hunger Games. The Hunger Games isn't complete yet. There is a 4th book coming out. I was gonna do Legend. The 4th book is coming out next month. So, you know, I don't really have any other options, and it just makes me happy that I don't. So if you couldn't already tell from the title, today I'm going to be ranking the Harry Potter books, all 7. And yes, I'm using my collector's edition because I never get to show this off, and I'm finally getting to show it off. I always use my American hardcovers. Before we get into this video though, I do want to remind you that these are my opinions, my own opinions. Everyone has their own, and you're entitled to them, so don't attack me if I rate one of your favorite Harry Potter books lower on the list, okay? I love all these books equally. That's a lie. So I love all the Harry Potter books. It's my favorite series of all time. It's just I like some of the books more than others, so I'm going to express that, you know? It's not that I hate the books, it's just some of them hold up more than others. It's just the way it's gonna go. So for each one of these rankings types of videos, I'm going to be giving you the books, and if it's a series, in the series order, or if it's an author, publication order of when they publish their books. So this is obviously Harry Potter, it's a series. We're going to start with that one. Let's go. So there are obviously 7 books in the series, and I'm going to show you in the order that they are meant to be read. I don't think I read them in publication order though. The first time I ever read them. So the first book is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. In the UK it was published as Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. In the US this book was published in 1997 and it kickstarted a craze for the boy who lived. Next we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is Harry's second adventure at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. This was published in the US in 1998, and this was what really set apart Harry from other middle grade adventure books. I mean, this is basically an Agatha Christie for middle graders. So, just like minus all the blood and gore and dead bodies everywhere. So then we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This was probably the darkest novel that she had written up to this point. Published in 1999 in the US, this book is what introduced the world to Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and the rest of the Marauders. Then we have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is the 4th book of the series. This was published in the US in 2000, and it's just phenomenal. It is what expanded the world of Hogwarts beyond just the grounds. We were introduced to much more diverse characters. We had different schools, we had different countries that wizards lived in, and up until this point, the world really only knew that wizards were in England. The 5th book of the series is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This was published in 2003, and up until this point, this was the longest time it had taken for another Harry Potter book to come out from the previous one, 3 years. This is also the biggest one in the series. So for this edition, the pages stand at 870. That's a long book, but it's an amazing tale. And of course we have the 6th book, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This was published in the US in 2005, and this is what gave us the entire backstory to Voldemort/Tom Riddle. I hear a lot of people say this is their favorite book of the series, and I can totally see why. And lastly, we have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This was published in 2007 and was Harry's last adventure at Hogwarts. Unfortunately, it broke many hearts, but it changed the world forever. To this day, a decade later, people still talk about the boy who lived. So with the publications out of the way, I think we should go ahead and get onto the rankings so that I can start writing out my will, because I'm probably going to be, drawn and quartered for all this. It's okay. So ranking in at number 7 and last place on this list is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This book, I know, is a lot of people's favorites, mostly because we were introduced to Sirius Black, who is a lot of people's favorite character. However, I thought it was lacking. So, when you look at the previous 2 books, I get this book was trying to take a darker turn to introduce us into what was coming later in the books. However, I feel like a part of me was sort of missing the whole Voldemort aspect of it. Also, I feel like Wormtail's adventures as Scabbers was sort of forced in a way. It didn't really click for me. Even when I was a kid, the first time I read this book, I remember thinking, that doesn't seem right, does it? Like, it just seems odd. So, I think if Percy had the rat for so many years, there would have obviously been a slip up somewhere, right? So, it's not my favorite. It's a good book, but it's not the one I reach for the most when I want to reread Harry Potter. So ranking in at number 6 on our list is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This is the 5th tale of the series, and I feel like the main reason it doesn't sit well with me is that it's very slow. I love Umbridge. I mean, I don't love her, I want to throw her into a bit of fire, but I love that she was a villain. I love that we had more interactions with Bellatrix. I love Dumbledore fighting off of Voldemort. It's a great book, but I feel like it was very slow moving. To be the biggest book, I feel like there could have been more action in this book. I feel like the action was mostly in the last 200 pages or so, which was lacking for me, definitely. This has always been the hardest one for me to get through. Even to this day, it's hard for me to get through it because I just feel like it could be a little more fast-paced. And I'm fine with the word count and the page count, but I feel if you're gonna have that, at least make it a little bit more adventurous than just sitting in a classroom for 400 pages. So ranking in at number 5 is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Okay, so let me defend myself. The only reason this was ranking so low on my list is because of the journey through the woods. I feel like there could have been so much more to that than just going through the woods and having, it's supposed to be an adventure, but it's really not an adventure. So overall, I felt that it was very slow. It was the last book of the series. The last part of it, the second half, with the Battle of Hogwarts, if the whole book could have been that great, oh my god, this would be my favorite book of the series. But it wasn't, unfortunately. It was very slow, and I feel like that's a lot of complaints I have with Harry Potter, is that a lot of parts of them are slow. I get it's a fantasy, it's supposed to build up intensity, but this just didn't do it for me. You're walking around in a forest for 400 pages, it's getting annoying. Yeah, and there were a lot of redeemable parts about it. Of course, the battle. In the forest, there were some good parts. The Horcruxes were nice. I did like the beginning when they were in London. I feel like maybe if the adventure had been in the city the whole time, that would have made it better. But making it in the woods where it's just them was very, it just wasn't entertaining enough for me to rank it higher. So then coming in at number 4, balancing the list, is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It's the one that started it all. It is Harry's first journey into Hogwarts, and honestly, it could be a better first book. This is one of my favorite books of all time, not just in Harry Potter series, but of all time books. But it's just, I feel like it's not its own fault, you know? For a first book, this is great. However, as you move forward, you're going to write better books as an author. And I feel like that's kind of the point of being an author who writes series, is to make the next book better than the last. So as she moved forward, each book got progressively better, more detailed. It shows the books got bigger. So I feel like this is a great book to start with, but it's unfair to have it compared to the greater books of the series, later on in the series. So that's the only reason it ranks low. Everything else about it is just so great. It's like the best thing of the world, Harry Potter. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. So then coming in at number 3 is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is ranking higher than the first one, mostly because of the whole, like I said in the publication order, it's very Agatha Christie-like. You know, people are being petrified. They're being knocked off, well, like basically like a list. Like you're just, oh, you're Muggleborn? Bye-bye. Bye. Like, it just seems very terrifying. Like you don't know who's next. So you're living in fear, and it's up to these 2 12-year-old boys to solve a mystery. It's so great. I really love it. We get the Weasley family. Oh my god. I want to live with the Weasleys. They're so great. So it's better in a sense from the first one because, like I said before, your goal as an author, I feel, is to write books that are better as you go on. This is definitely one of those that got better. Now, I will say, certain series, some of the books got worse, like in certain series that I'll be reviewing. Yeah, so just be prepared for that. So then coming in at Silver Place, we have Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is no surprise to anyone who knows me. Tom Riddle is one of my favorite characters. And honestly, this book is so amazing. You get the entire backstory of Tom Riddle, more about Horcruxes. This is basically part story and part textbook, and I love that. And it's fast-paced. It's emotionally moving. We all know why Dumbledore. Snape, I'm coming for you. Snape's one of my favorite characters that I can't really say much. So, you know, everything about this book was just phenomenal for me. From the main start of Harry in his cousin's house, and then going to Slughorn's, well, it's not Slughorn's house, but it's like a Muggle house, to the Battle of the Astronomy Tower. It's just all so great, and it's like, makes me emotional. And of course, coming in at first place, as you all already guessed and could already tell because I've said it in many other videos, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is my favorite book of the series, and I have many reasons why. First of all, it's not just Hogwarts. For the past 3 books, we have been stuck at Hogwarts, which I'm not complaining about. I love Hogwarts. But sometimes it feels like we can move a little bit, we could get out a little bit, even past Hogsmeade. This introduces that. We have Beauxbatons, we have Durmstrang, we have many, many more characters. We have many more professors. We have the birth of Voldemort, rebirth of Voldemort. What? We have the first death that kind of catapults the series into dark and demented themes instead of childish middle grade themes. It catapults it, you know. R.I.P. Cedric. Baby. So this is the type of book that if you are reading Harry Potter for the first time and you feel like, oh, these books are kind of boring, you know, they're not expansive enough. Wait till you get to the 4th book and then make your judgment. This book expands so much on the universe. It brought so much to the world of Potter, and it'll always hold a place in my heart. It's my favorite book of the series. If I could only read one book for the rest of my life, it would be this one. Like, it's just, I'll just reread it over and over and over. Favorite book, read it. If you only read one, read this book. You're not really missing anything from the past 3. Just, this is where you need to start if you're not gonna read the other 3. Just pick this and read it and just dive in. By the way, for any of you that are curious, the first one I ever read was Chamber of Secrets. That was, my sister had the first 2 from a yard sale, which she still has the first 2, and I read the second one because she was reading the first one, and I was like, I don't think it really matters. I didn't understand the series, I was 9. So I read the second one, and I was like, well, what the heck is going on? Who are these people? I don't know you. And so when I read the first one, I was like, oh, that makes much more sense, Harry. You didn't know you were a wizard. Okay. But thank you so much for watching this video. That is my ranking of all 7 Harry Potter books. Again, it is my opinion. Don't attack me for it. Please. Yeah. If you did happen to like this video, comment down below. Tell me what you liked about it. Also, give me your rankings of the Harry Potter books. I'm really curious. I love watching people rank their favorite books. It's just, I love doing it. I don't know why. It's just something I love to read and watch, so. Also, I always have my blog linked down below. Go ahead and check that out. As an inspiring writer, I'm trying to get it out there. That would be great if you could support me. Thank you. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember you're beautiful, you're wonderful, and you are loved. Bye. I love how drama-filled this book is. And what did you say? Said Ron, who had picked up his pack and was grinding on the desk, a good 6 inches from his bowl, because he was looking at Hermione. And he did say he'd never felt the same way about anyone before. Hermione went on, going to red now that Harry could almost feel the heat coming from her. But how could Rita Skeeter have heard him? She wasn't there. Or was she? It's like so drama-filled. I'm living. Oh my god, my eyes are so pretty. Oh my god, look how brown they are today. Look at those freckles. Oh my god, there's so much. Ew, look at those pores. What the heck? What up, my name's Jared, I'm 19. I never freaking learned how to read. I don't read. Everyone reads these books for me and I just make the videos. I have a team like Taylor Swift does. Don't sue me, Tay Tay. Please don't sue me. Please don't sue me. Please don't sue me.